Hey guys, it's Creative Earth. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And today I wanted to share some of my tips of basically minimizing hair breakage. Basically, how I got my hair from 60 to maybe 70% breakage to pretty much like 5% to zero. Um, Now, everyone will have natural hair shedding, so there's never a time when you won't see random strands of hair coming out. That's natural for your hair to shed. But breakage is more so like if you are combing or brushing your hair or even running your hands through your hair and there are blobs and blobs of hair that are just falling out. And that is, that is not healthy. That is definitely a sign of unhealthy hair, whether your hair is natural or relaxed. Um, so I will share with you how I got my hair breakage to a very, very small minimum. One thing, and this is probably the major thing, is to stay away from heat. Straightening irons, blow dryers, any devices that are used to um, change your natural hair texture are going to cause breakage if you use them in excess. So if you are flat ironing your hair every week or every 2 weeks, expect breakage and heat damage. Um, it's it's just going to happen. So I pretty much only straighten my hair maybe once or twice a week. I mean, sorry, once or twice a year, and it it can be hard, initially, especially if you like your hair to be, more straight, but or if you're trying to see how long your hair has grown, but just leave it alone because, you can pull on your curls if you want to see kind of how long your hair has grown, but straightening it too much just to do length checks and all of that, unless you're doing them maybe like every 6 months, is going to do more damage to your hair than to just let it grow naturally. Number two is to keep your hair moisturized. Breakage usually is caused by having very dry, brittle hair. So you want to use products that are going to repair, strengthen, um, and you know, you get if you're going to be a product junkie, get products that highlight hair strengthening and repair. Some of my favorite ones that I've used are the Cantu leave-in repair cream, and it comes in either the shea butter scent or the argan oil. I like the argan oil, really. I like that one. And also the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil line has a basically just a grow, um, strength and grow repair line of products from the shampoo all the way down to like an edge control. So that line is really good as well. There, of course, are tons of other products. You don't have to get those specifically, but those are some of my favorites. The key is to not necessarily worry about the specific products so much that you're using. It's how regularly you're using them and how you're using them for your specific hair. One thing that you should be aware of is your hair porosity type, not your curl pattern. So this is not determining between 3C and 4C and all of that. This is if your hair is low porosity, normal, or high porosity. And you can do a porosity test. You basically just take a strand of hair and put it in a glass of water And if it floats, it's low porosity. If it stays in the middle, it's normal. If it sinks to the bottom, it's high. Now, all of these tests, there's some debate about the accuracy of the test. I tried it for mine a couple times, and it worked with the same results. I also tried it on my mother's hair, and it worked with hers as well. So just give it a try. The reason of why you want to know what your porosity type is that determines your moisturizing regimen, whether you're going to follow the LOC method or the LCO method. LOC is liquid oil cream, and of course if you're doing LCO, that would be liquid cream oil. So that's the only reason why you want to know, is because if you have low porosity and you are following LOC, you may not be getting the most out of, you may not be moisturizing your hair in the right way. And the reverse for if you have high porosity, if you're doing LCO, then your hair is not getting the most out of your moisture regimen. So just a couple things to think about, especially if you're new to being natural or you're in the frustration natural phase where your hair is dry and your curls aren't popping the way you want. So just know your porosity type and be regular with your regimens. Another thing that's helped me is to drink plenty of water and eat healthy. Now, I know it's not the easiest thing for us to be healthy and always worry about drinking 8 glasses of water a day. I'm not so much of drinking glasses versus bottles. And as far as the ounces are concerned, it's pretty much the equivalent of having 3 to 4 bottles of water a day. If you get in 3 to 4 bottles a day, then you're pretty much on track. You can also drink coconut water. That's just as good, if not healthier in some ways, because it gives you electrolytes. And also eat green leafy vegetables. These are things that are great for your digestive system as well as your hair. So the more raw natural foods that you're eating, it will be easier for your hair to grow naturally and stay moisturized. If you're constantly eating sugar and oily foods, then your hair is not going to benefit from it, just like the rest of your body is not going to benefit from it. Another thing is to utilize protective styles wisely. You don't want to underuse them where you're always in your hair and you're always doing twist outs or wash and goes. That's going to drain your hair because you're always going to be putting products on and it's going to weigh your hair down. So you definitely want to use protective styles, whether you're doing braids, twists, faux locks, or even wearing a weave or a wig, however you want to utilize protective styles. These are good because it gives your hair time to rest and also to lock in that moisture that you're putting in without having it dry out by having it out like this. But the other thing with having protective styles is, since most of them require your hair to either be in cornrows or really small braids or twists, it's going to pull on your roots a lot. So it will help your hair to grow, but if you always have them in and you go from one protective style to the next, then your hair is naturally going to get weak because it's constantly being pulled on. So use them wisely. I do mine maybe once or twice a year, sometimes more depending on how I'm feeling, but I always make sure that I don't leave them in longer than 6 weeks and that I space it out to have 6 weeks, if not more, in between the time that I do another one. Lastly, leave your hair alone sometimes. Just kind of let it do what it wants to do. Like today, I'm not really worrying about, my curl definition. If, even if I go out, I might fluff it up a little bit, but don't worry about having your hair be so defined all the time, because depending on your curl pattern, if you want to achieve a really defined curl, you're going to have to use a lot of products, and you're always going to have your hands in your hair, and the more that you're touching and manipulating your hair, it kind of just wears it down. It's just the same as with your face. You're constantly touching your face and putting on products, even makeup. It will affect your skin, you know, if you're not taking care of it internally, or if you're just over manipulating it. So sometimes just let your hair breathe. Don't worry about it. A great style for that is to do twist outs and braid outs, because if you do them correctly, they can last up to a whole week, and that way you pretty much are just going to twist it back up at night, put a hair bonnet or a scarf around, and take it back out the next day. So hopefully these things will help you. As far as trims and all of that, yes, it's good to do trims. I know a lot of hairstylists say that you should do trims, you know, pretty regularly, and that's true, but I don't do them too much, because when your hair is really curly, it really doesn't need it, you know, because if you're not straightening it, you're not really going to see too many split ends. And if you're moisturizing your hair and, you know, not really keeping it exposed to too many harsh elements, you won't need it too much. So you should do trims, you know, maybe every couple of months or so, or however you see fit to do them. Trims will help your hair to grow, but it's not the biggest, you know, it's not my biggest deal to worry about doing trims. And if you are going to do them, make sure that you know how to do them correctly, or go to a professional and have them done, so that you're not cutting your hair on the wrong angle. Alright, so that is it for me with this segment. If this video was helpful for you, or if not, or if you just want to share your thoughts, or how you may have your own regimens that have helped you, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, tell me how you felt about it, and you know what has helped you. Another thing that has helped me is getting other viewpoints from other YouTubers who do natural hair and things like that, and other natural hair pages. So definitely share your thoughts. Alright, peace guys.